common question that I feel people get wrong all the time is, what's the difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian? And I maybe should preface this with in Australia.
Yeah. Essentially, it's just based on the regulatory board. So dietitians, it is vital for them to do a 3-year university degree, and then not 3 year. It's either 4 or 5 years. The first 3 years you become a nutritionist, and then you do a clinical block. Not a clinical block, more like a practicum block. And that's when you go out in the field and you act as a dietitian. So essentially that's the difference. So we are university qualified, and you can't become a dietitian unless you've done that university degree. Whereas a nutritionist, you can become a nutritionist after a 3-week course of nutrition or a 3-year course of nutrition. So there's no regulation or there's no regulatory board to say, okay, you've done this like X amount of years of this study, you are now a qualified nutritionist. Whereas we have to go through a regulatory board called Dietitians Association Australia. I was a bit nervous I was going to get that wrong then. But yeah, so we have to be registered within that to be an accredited practicing dietitian. So that is essentially the difference between the two.
That makes sense. Just to refer back, I'm not sure if you got it slightly not wrong, but I think you just said maybe the wrong thing. The first 3 years of uni, you're not a nutritionist after those 3 years, or
yes?
Oh, you are. Okay, sorry. Okay,
yeah.
So, okay, yep. My bad.
So the way that my degree kind of was laid out was you do a 3 year. Well, it's a 4-year degree. So the first 3 years is very sciencey based, lots of chemistry, anatomy.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that was the hardest 3 years of my life. I'll tell you that much. So biochemistry, anatomy, physiology, all that sort of stuff. Physics even. Don't know why we did physics. They took that out the year after I finished as well. I was like, you're kidding me. So the first 3 years is very science-based. The third year you get more into the medical nutrition therapy side of it. And then you can actually graduate as a nutritionist at that point with a Bachelor of Nutrition, and then you go on to do the 4th and final year, and you either do an honours project or you do subjects. I decided to do subjects because I'm not massive on research. And then you go out in the field and you do your prac. So that's clinical block, community block, and food service.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so you're doing that. And another thing, the difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist is that we are medically trained. So we can work with different types of chronic diseases to be able to essentially give nutrition therapy advice. Yeah. So you'll never find a nutritionist in a hospital working with people. Yeah. So, yeah.
Awesome. So my last question on that point is, so let's say if I did the precision nutrition course, can I call myself a nutritionist after that, basically?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Okay, so you can almost just call.
I mean,
I read some books, so I'm sweet. Nothing against precision nutrition. I think it's a great course, but it's very different to call yourself a nutritionist. To a dietitian.
No, I agree with you. Precision nutrition is probably, people have asked me, I don't want to go back to uni, or I don't want to go to uni in general, but I want to learn more about nutrition. What do you recommend? And I reckon precision nutrition is actually quite good. I've seen it goes into the sciencey part of it. But yeah, exactly right. I've seen people, do like a WBFF comp or whatever you call those sort of bodybuilding comps. And after that, they call themselves a nutritionist because they know how to get lean. It's like, really? Are you serious? And then I think that's when social media, unfortunately, comes into the swing of things, because they can market themselves if they've got, 10,000 plus followers. It's like, oh, great, I'm a nutritionist. It's totally right. Suddenly it's a business, and people can market themselves as a nutritionist, and 10% of those followers will be like, oh, I want to jump on what she's done because look at her body. Do you know what I mean?
It's crazy. I have mentioned this before on the podcast, but I think it's been taken off. I really should look this up. But, you know, you had people advertising skinny tea and stuff like that. But I think Instagram went and policed some of that and took those accounts off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was clearly just
it is
not good advice.
So bad. Yeah. And social media, I love social media, and I think everyone does like social media, but it can be so dangerous.